Hi guys, today I'm working in the cottage garden and I'm just going to be plopping in a bunch of plants because we had a hard rain last night and it's really misty and dewy today. So I want to get a bunch of stuff in there while the soil's really moist so that I don't have to water stuff in. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing today, is just plopping in a ton of plants. I've got some morning glory tree bushes. I have ruellias, that's a really tall variety. And then I've got a ton of bulbs and things. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So really quick, I want to give you guys an update on the sunflower seeds that I seed started in ground that borders the entire cottage garden. They're doing really well. They all came up and this is what they look like. The grass is coming in now. This entire garden is gonna end up having a deep mulch like you see here and there. I'm just doing it little by little because it's hard for me to go and get the mulch, so I kind of have to rely on Garrett for that because you guys know I have a really bad back. I have back issues that prevent me from doing like super heavy lifting. So I just have him go and get little by little, but also I have a ton of like seedlings in here and stuff that like bulbs and things I'm waiting for those to come up before I mulch because I don't want to smash anything or smother anything out. Okay, I've got a few things that I'm gonna plant in the cottage garden. I've got a couple of ruellias. This one is a white ruellia, which I've never had before, and this is the tall variety, so I'm super excited about that. I think there's 3 different size varieties. There's like a dwarf variety that stays really low to the ground, and then there's a medium size, which is the ones that I've been growing all these years, and then there's these really tall ones. So I found these really tall ones at First Monday, and I was really excited to try those. And I got the white, and then I just got the regular purple, which I already have a bunch of. But I love purple, I can't help it. I need to find pink again. I used to have pink, but it died and I just haven't replaced it since. I'm also going to plant a bleeding heart here in the cottage garden. I got this one on sale at Walmart and it looks like it's alive in there, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm also gonna put in a few of, well, these are labeled wrong. It says celosia, but this is actually salvia, I thought. So I'm putting some of these in, really, really pretty. So these are actually spent already. What you're seeing is what's left of their flower bed. The flower looks more like that, and they've all fallen off, but they still look really pretty like this. So I'm gonna plant these, and I'm probably gonna prune these up in hopes that they will flush out and bloom again, which I think they should, probably late summer or so, but we'll see. Okay, so I think I'm gonna plant that bleeding heart in this back corner right here. And the rest of this stuff, like the salvia and the ruellias, I think, gosh, where should I put these? I'm either thinking in this corner here or on the other side here, but I've got melons over there that I kind of plopped in because I didn't have anything to do. I had nothing to do with them, so, I don't know. We'll just wing it. So I've got my bucket of compost, and there is a little bit of some slow release fertilizer in here also, and bird poop apparently. So let's open this up and see what it looks like. And I've never grown this before. So this is the bleeding heart, by the way. So I'm not sure. Let's see what it needs. I don't need to worry about spacing. Bulb type is a root. Full sun to part shade, and the depth is 2 to 3 inches. So this will get about 15 to 24 inches wide, but I think this actually gets a lot bigger than that. I think it ends up being more like a shrub. So let's take a look at this root. There's tons of peat moss in here. It's definitely alive because this whole thing is just covered in roots, but I need to figure out where the top is. So I've got to break this all up, sadly. I see some eyes in there. Okay, so this looks like really interesting. All right, so we've got the roots down here, and you can see there's a ton of roots coming out of all of these little sticks. And. And then this must be the top, because those, I think, See, there's an eye there, so you can see where the eyes are pretty well. So that's definitely the top. So when it says that you need to plant this 2 to 3 inches under the soil, that means the eyes need to be 2 to 3 inches below the soil. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, got that in. Now we just have a few more to go. I've decided to add some Mexican mint marigold to this little cluster. Look what I found. Look at this guy. Is he cute or what? Go hang out over there. Okay, I've got those 4 in and they're kind of off. Like I didn't want them to be in a perfect square or anything like that. I kind of wanted them to be clusters, but I'm also going to be planting some sedums in here. So I got to go grab a pack of those. But look at our little friend. Is he rad or what? There he goes. You can barely see him. So these are some sedums that Garrett divided and propagated a few weeks ago. They look pretty darn good and they have really beautiful bright pink flowers. I'm not sure what variety they are though. Do you guys know? Maybe one of you experts out there will know what this is. I'm just gonna put about 3 in there. These take a little while to kind of take off, so it'll be a bit before we see any substantial growth on these. We actually had a little bit of hard rain last night, which is nice because it's been super dry lately, but I left a ton of my seedlings out, so I have to go check on them to make sure that the trays didn't flood. It's actually strangely chilly right now, so I'm going to go and get a sweater on until I warm up. Oh, see, this is what I was worried about. I shouldn't have left this one by the roof line, under the roof line. But it'll be all right. This has a parsley and basil and some, gosh, what were these? Oh, scallop squash. I gotta transplant those soon. There's some kale in there too, and some Malabar spinach. So at least these weren't right under the roof line. These are some tomatoes I seed started and some more basil. And all of these sprouts that you see over here are bachelor buttons and different flower mixes. I just seed started right there. So I'm sure some of it's weeds too though. Check out all the Christmas beans that are coming up. And these are from beans that I saved, not last year, but the year before. And these are the Christmas Lima beans that I love so much. And they're huge. The plants are so vigorous. So I'm gonna have to do a row of these because I think I started way too many. I'm so sad to see that all the wildflowers are fairly spent. Garrett is going to mow them all down today, and I'm so sad, but most of them have already gone to seed, so it's the perfect time to do so. But here's what some of the Indian paintbrushes look like. They're so pretty. I'm gonna miss them so much. And then there is, this is some kind of wild salvia. We also have vervain in here. Even though I just got started planting the cottage garden, I just realized that I have to get my pumpkins in today because the pumpkins take over 190 days to really start producing and give you mature pumpkins. And to be honest, here it takes a lot longer than that, even though we have a long growing season. But I'm trying to get pumpkins before Halloween, and if I plant them now, it's going to be really iffy on whether or not I'm going to have pumpkins for Halloween. So I have to stop with a cottage garden and then go and plant a bunch of pumpkins in the pumpkin patch. Kicking myself. I should have planted these a long time ago. They're turning yellow because they're running out of room in these little pots. I only intended on keeping them in here until they sprouted, and then I was going to transplant them into bigger pots or put them in the ground, but I didn't get around to it, so I'm kind of mad at myself now. So since I don't have as many of those as I thought, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to direct sow some pumpkin seeds also, and I'll probably go in and see if I have any others. I may even pick up some more pumpkin seeds. Okay, I'm really glad I went and looked through my seed stash again because I found some pretty cool things that I think I'm going to direct sow into the ground over there in the pumpkin patch. So I found these 3 other packs of pumpkin seeds. There's some white ones, there's the spooky pumpkins, they're kind of flatter, and then a mixture of pumpkins. And then I also found some bottle gourds and some acorn squash. So I'm gonna plant those all in the same area, and hopefully we'll have a nice large patch soon. Okay, I got those pumpkins in, and that was 17 pumpkin plants. And I believe they were, a lot of them were Big Mac's pumpkins, and then there were just like your classic orange pumpkins, and then a mix of like the white and oranges. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in between all of these plants, and then I totally forgot about this first row here. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just push some pumpkin seeds into the soil and hope for the best. All done. I think that was close to, about 70 seeds or so. Oh my gosh. That took the breath out of me for a little bit there. That was a lot of bending over. Garrett is now over here on the back side of the property, mowing around the outside. Can't see him because all those trees are kind of blocking him. Let's go spy on him for a little bit. I love all of the oak trees on this side of the property. It's so pretty. Watching Daddy? Huh? Fallon. Hey, messy hair. She's waiting for her ride on the mower. Look what's in bloom. This is Chinese Privet, and it's kind of naturalized here in Texas, but oh my gosh, if you guys have never smelled it, it smells so good. So, so good. Oh, I love that. You guys, Garrett is so cute. He stopped mowing because he noticed that one of my favorite wildflowers just started blooming in the yard, and we haven't had them in this part of the yard before. So he decided not to mow this part of the lawn so that I could enjoy these really pretty pink flowers. And I think the lawn's gonna be pretty covered in them soon because I see a ton of them popping up everywhere. So I guess we're gonna have a raggedy lawn for a little while longer. I didn't get as much done as I had hoped in the cottage garden today, but at least I got the pumpkins in. So I think I'll probably do a part 2 tomorrow and maybe go over in detail some of the stuff that is going into the cottage garden, because I am gonna plant a bunch of lilies and bulbs and rhizomes for things. So we'll do a little bit more of a detailed planting tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.